has never been a better time to hit the open road than in the all-new 2022 Open Road Allegro. It's no wonder it's been a customer favorite for nearly 50 years. The Open Road Allegro is affordable luxury at its best, featuring a sleek and modern design, innovative technologies, and well-appointed construction. When you're ready to hit the road, the powerful Ford 7.3-liter V8 engine provides you with a relaxing and reliable ride. Your next adventure awaits while you enjoy the bumper-to-bumper amenities and leading-edge entertainment options. Plus, the all-new 2022 Open Road Allegro includes energy and water-saving innovations that ensure your life on the road is comfortable and economical. You're never far from home with the new levels of comfort in the 2022 Open Road Allegro. We're going to give you a quick walkthrough of what's new for the model year 2022 and show you how to use certain features and functions of the Open Road to help you prepare for your new adventure. Because of progressive improvements and specifications, standard and optional equipment are subject to change without notice or obligation. For a complete and up-to-date list of available options and specifications, visit TiffinMotorhomes.com. Before we begin exploring the new 2022 Open Road Allegro, here are a few things to help get started. To unlock the front door, we have two keys, one for the deadbolt lock and one for the regular lock on the bottom. To run your appliances, check to see if the rotary switches for the house battery and inverter disconnect switches are turned to the on position. Above the driver's seat, you'll find the remote control to turn on the inverter. Not all appliances will work with just the inverter, so you'll either need to connect to shore power or turn on your generator to run all appliances, including the air conditioners in your coach. The Open Road comes standard with a Cummins own and quiet gas generator and has the option to upgrade to the 7,000-watt generator. It runs on the same fuel tank as your engine. As a safety feature, if your tank gets below a certain point, the generator will shut off and will not restart until the fuel is added to avoid running completely out of fuel. Many features throughout the coach are controlled through our Spyder Multiplex control system. One control panel is conveniently located next to the entrance door for when you are leaving or entering the coach, just above the designated location for the provided fire extinguisher. Controls may vary coach to coach, but you will have access to control interior and exterior features like the porch light, the floor and main ceiling lights, the light master and entry lights, and finally the hall lights. At the bottom, you will find the 12-volt battery disconnect. If you're not getting power from your 12-volt system, check to make sure this switch is on. To the right is the entry step on/off switch. Always make sure the steps extend before leaving the coach, and be sure they are stored underneath before moving the coach. The master control screen for the Spyder Multiplex control system is located in the middle of the coach. This is an easy-to-read touchpad screen that controls many features throughout the coach. The first button, located on the bottom left of the screen, is for the home page. The home page is where you'll find controls for lighting on the coach. There's also a water pump on and off switch, which should be turned on when needing water for sinks and shower when not connected to city water. Levels for your fresh, gray, and black tanks, as well as your LPG or liquid propane gas levels, can be viewed here. In the box on the bottom left, you'll find the temperatures for the front and rear of the coach. In the last box, you'll find the generator status display and hours meter, as well as the voltage levels for your house and chassis batteries. The button next to Home takes you to the lighting page. This can control all lights on the coach, either individually or with the light master switch, which turns on all the lights in the coach at the same time. You also have the option to only turn on the bedroom lights or the bathroom lights. When turning the light master off, a memory is saved of the lights that are on at that time. Turning light master on turns on only those lights that were on when light master was turned off. Press and hold light master to turn all lights on at full brightness. This cancels dimming and individual selection of all lights. When it comes to lighting, if there are up and down arrows next to the light has a dimming capability. So all you need to do is press and hold the button to dim. The button next to the lighting page accesses the climate page. Here you can adjust the temperatures for the front and rear of the coach. The on-off controls for the heat pump and furnace are here, as well as controls for the air conditioning and fans. The fourth button from the left on the bottom of the screen brings you to the mechanical page. This houses the controls for your galley fan and lid. On this particular model, some locations may vary. Then the bathroom fan and lid and the ceiling fan for the bedroom. The fifth button from the left opens the slides page. This is the control for the rear bedroom slides, as well as the front slide as a backup. Notice the box in the top right corner. The green LEDs will note that the slide outs have the mechanical safety features of park brake and ignition engaged. If either of these safety signals is not engaged, there will be a red LED by the appropriate signal. Make sure all items are clear on the inside and outside of your motorhome before attempting to move any slide out, in, or out. The final button on the far bottom right opens the settings page. You can choose between Fahrenheit and Celsius, adjust the screen brightness, screen settings, diagnostics, mobile app, and wireless settings for the coach. Here's a helpful hint. If you seem to be having trouble with your Spyder control system, make sure you have plenty of battery power. You may also want to reboot by turning off your 12-volt at the disconnect or your main house battery and inverter master switch. Wait 60 seconds, then turn the batteries back on. If you're still having problems, call Tiffin Motorhome Service Department at 256-356-0261. Now, let's check out the driver's compartment area, where you are the captain of your next adventure. A panoramic windshield provides an impressive view. Even the longest journeys are comfortable, thanks to the premium driver and passenger seats, which are adjustable to your preferences. Starting with the controls from the driver's seat, be sure to adjust the outside mirrors for a clear view down both sides of the coach. The top portion is adjusted with this control on the panel left of the driver's seat. The bottom portion will need to be adjusted by someone on the outside while you direct them to get the best setting. Next is the mirror heat button. If your coach is equipped with the optional power slide window, the control will be here. Next to the dash, starting from left to right. At the top, you will find your traction control system button. Next to that is the hours meter for the generator. Just below is the generator start and stop switch. To start the generator, hold down the top portion of the control. It may need to be held longer in cold weather for the generator to preheat before starting. The time varies, so hold down until the generator starts. You can also prime the generator by holding down the stop side until the indicator light on the switch begins to flash. The next control is the auxiliary start. This ties all your batteries together to start the engine if your engine batteries get low. The last control here is for an overhead map light. Below are the headlight controls: off, parking lights, headlights, auto lights, and dimmer for the dash lights. Take a look at your turn signal lever. At the end, you'll find the controls for your windshield wiper. Twist the end of the lever to turn them on and off. Activate the wiper mist by pushing the button on the end of the lever. The cruise control buttons are located on the left-hand side of the steering wheel, and the controls for your message board are located directly above the cruise control buttons. In the center of the dash is your cluster of backlit gauges. On the top are the oil pressure, water pressure, fuel level, and engine temperature gauges. To the left is the RPM gauge. In the center is the message board. Check this for engine information and any warnings about your coach. In the center is the gear selector indicator, and the gear shift selector is on the right side of the steering wheel. On the end, there is a tow haul button. Simply push to activate. The last gauge is the speedometer. Below the steering wheel on the left is your foot-operated parking brake. The hand release is just above. The standard Kenwood stereo has Bluetooth capabilities. If you opt for the navigation system shown here, it will also include Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Please note, Unless you have an RV-specific navigation app that is compatible with Apple CarPlay and/or Android Auto, then these features should not be used to navigate your motorhome. Instead, make sure to use the built-in Garmin RV-specific navigation system. The radio and navigation can also be mirrored wirelessly onto an Android tablet that has Android 7.0 or newer operating software with 5 GHz of Wi-Fi compatibility, where you can also control most functions of the radio with your tablet using the Kenwood Screen Control application. Below are 4 more control switches. First is your driver's side fan, then your solar and nighttime privacy shades. Next is the radio camera switch, which must be on for the radio camera to operate. Also in this area are USB ports for charging devices, as well as your hazard warning lights button. Here is the new Lippert hydraulic leveling system control pad. These are easy to operate. Make sure your ignition key is in the on position and the parking brake is set for the leveling features to work. When you want to level your coach, push the auto level button once, and you're done. When the coach is level, the unit will automatically shut off. When you're ready to leave, press retract, and the jacks will retract. Next is a color LCD monitor that works with the rear and side cameras. This is helpful for backing and also for changing lanes. When you use your directional lever, this monitor will show what's alongside the coach. This is a very helpful safety feature. Below the monitor are the dash air conditioner and heat controls. Next is a USB port and a 12-volt power source. The center console contains 2 drink holders and 2 small storage cubbies. In front of the passenger seat is a handy slide-out tray to help keep your lap or hands free while going down the road. In the overhead cabinets above the driver and passenger seats, you'll find the Magnum inverter control, which comes with the instructions attached, so you can have easy access on how to use the features of your inverter controls, which also include your auto generator start if equipped with the optional 2000-watt inverter. You'll also find the Girard patio awning controls. You are able to turn the LED light on or off, or bring the awning out, stop, and back in when not in use. And here is the switch to turn on the LTE antenna located on the roof. In the next cabinet, you'll find the Wi-Fi modem. If you need to work on your computer or simply want access to Wi-Fi while on the road, the Open Road Freedom LTE is an optional feature for the 2022 Allegro Open Road. This will allow you access to either a secure Wi-Fi or 4G LTE signal while on the road or when parked with the simple click of a button. In this cabinet, you'll also find a new feature for 2022, a Spyder component that allows you to control certain features of your coach through an app. Simply download this Mira app. It will prompt you to scan for your Mira ID and then enter a PIN, which both are labeled on this box. To the right of the passenger seat are 2 control switches, one for an overhead map light and one for the passenger fan. These fans are also great for removing moisture on the inside of the windshield. With the slides out, we can unhook the seat belt and turn the seats around for 2 more comfortable seats in your living area. When you're ready to hit the road for your next adventure, you can simply reverse the process. Here is the kitchen in the Open Road Allegro 32 SA floor plan. You'll have lots of counter space with the stove and sink covers in place. When you're ready to cook, simply remove all covers to reveal the modern stainless steel sink and a gas cooktop. This particular coach features the optional oven. Above is the convection microwave. Beneath the cabinets, you'll find these plug-ins. They are GFI plug-ins and are used around water, so they'll be found in the bath area as well. If you're unable to get power from these plugs, look for one like this in the rear of the coach. Push this reset button in, and power should be restored. Here is your optional residential refrigerator. This option includes a freezer and comes with 2 extra house batteries. On this 32 SA, below the refrigerator and near the floor is your central vacuum connection if your coach is equipped. The hose and attachments can be found in the coach. Across from the kitchen in this 32 SA you'll find the luxurious ultra leather booth dinette. You can easily convert this into a comfortable bed by moving the cushions and turning the switch below the table. Next to the dinette booth is the optional ultra leather sleeper air coil sofa, which has a built-in air mattress once fully extended. If needed, there's an optional drop-down front bunk located above your driver and passenger seats. With these two latches released, you can pull down and fold out the bed. Relax with the family or friends by the fireplace, topped by a nice LED TV and soundbar. This soundbar is compatible with most Blu-rays, CDs, and DVDs. You can also listen to the radio or plug in an external device such as a smartphone and listen to music through your soundbar. The fireplace will produce heat when plugged into shore power or when the generator is running. There are controls built into the fireplace, or you can use this remote control. In the bathroom, the toilet has a foot pedal flush. Make sure to read the commode manual for the correct chemicals to use. Under the sink are the water shutoff valves, located on the red and blue hoses. You will find controls for lighting, water pump, and the other roof vent fan. This spacious shower features a solar cover and LED lighting. You'll also notice this blue mushroom. This is part of a new feature for 2022, the Aqua View Shower Miser. With this switch activated, you can recirculate your fresh water back into the freshwater tank until the water is hot. The blue mushroom is a heat-sensitive indicator that changes colors when the water is ready. When you're ready to use the water, just simply turn this knob back to open the water flow out to the shower. This particular coach is featuring the optional Truma AquaGo Comfort Instant Water Heater. This Truma switch gives you 5 different modes: Eco for energy-saving mode, Comfort, the mode that provides rapid availability of hot water, Clean puts the AquaGo into decalcification mode. For safety reasons, after 30 seconds, the decalcification process cannot be stopped until the system has been rinsed following the instructions. Off mode. And then there is an anti-freeze mode that will prevent freezing using 12 VDC electricity. Before we enter the bedroom, notice the user-friendly locks on the pocket doors. Push down on the inside portion to unlock, then slide open or shut. In the bedroom, the centerpiece in this model is the standard queen-size bed, with great storage underneath. Storage is abundant in all these cabinets, and when you open this spacious closet, an automatic light turns on. Behind this door, you'll find your circuit breakers and some of the fuses. These are plainly labeled. There are a few things that are new to the 2022 32SA bedroom. Behind this sliding door is the new optional combo washer-dryer. For us to have made this option possible, we moved the emergency exit window behind the bed, and we moved the TV and entertainment center to the rear wall. Behind these doors, your entertainment center. In some models, the entertainment center is located behind the TV. Simply lift the television. There is a Blu-ray player as well as a Wally receiver for Dish TV. Note, you are responsible for subscribing to the service. If you prefer to have direct satellite service, you will be responsible for a direct receiver and ordering their service. This is your selector switch for watching cable or using the coach's antenna for local broadcast. Simply select what you want to watch. All TV-related operations can be done with one remote. A remote is provided for each TV, but the Blu-ray player and Dish Network receiver functions can be used on any TV. First and foremost, we can never forget that safety comes first. Let's review emergency exits and safety features. The bedroom window reads Exit. There is a similar window in the front living area. To exit in an emergency, push the window open and exit. Make certain each member of your family and all guests know these locations and operations. For additional safety, you will find a fire extinguisher near the front passenger seat, a smoke alarm in the ceiling, and a CO2 detector elsewhere in your coach. Be sure all aboard have been trained to use these safety items correctly and that batteries are changed every 6 months or as needed. Now, Let's take a look at the exterior features of the Open Road Allegro. It's fully loaded with incredible functionality and great storage space. Locations of these features may vary depending on which floor plan you're on, but we'd like to make sure you're aware of what they are when you see them. Here is a lockable door that houses your outdoor TV with a soundbar, which is the ultimate setup for outdoor entertainment. It's the perfect setup for tailgating or camping. Here is the access to the back of the refrigerator. This is where you can change out vacuum bags for your optional central vacuum system. Here are the exhaust vents for the furnaces. This compartment houses the water tank, as well as the inlet to fill the tank. There is another fill location in the sanitation compartment. The next compartment is for extra storage and your 24-gallon propane tank. Remember to shut the propane tank off when filling or when putting the coach in storage. Here are your house batteries. On this model, you'll notice 2 extra house batteries to accommodate the optional residential refrigerator. Check these batteries for the correct water level at least once a month. Also, in this compartment, you'll see the switches for the battery disconnect. These switches must be turned on when in use. When stored for extended periods, they should be turned off. Here is the access panel for the standard Truma gas instant water heater. This can be removed for routine maintenance. Controls for the Truma instant water heater are located inside the closet on this coach. Remember, the unit must be turned on outside before operating the inside switch. Please read your manual for detailed directions. It's time to check out what's powering your incredible engine. In the back of the coach, you'll find the fuel fill compartment, which gives you easy access to fill your coach from either side. This is your optional 2,000-watt inverter with auto gen start module. Next is the power cord, as well as the surge guard and power transfer box, which now includes open ground protection, low and high voltage protection, and LED indicators that will illuminate if there is reverse polarity, open ground, or flash when there is a voltage issue. Always be sure the power is off in the main power box before plugging in, and make sure it is off before unplugging. If you find yourself in a situation with 30 amp power only, there is a 30 amp adapter on board. Plug the 50 amp into the 30 amp and the 30 amp into the power supply, and this will supply 30 amp power to your coach. You will not be able to run all appliances on 30 amp power. Here is the motor synchronous velocity controller. This makes your slides operate quietly. Do not attempt to adjust if you're not a trained technician. The common zone and quiet gas generator is in this compartment. Make sure you keep the oil at the correct level at all times. There is no water, as this is an air-cooled generator. This sewer bay is where you'll find the city water hookup. To get city water, you must supply your hose. A white or tan one is advised, as they will not add a rubber taste to the water. Attach one end to the water inlet and the other end to the park's faucet. To have water while on the road, you must fill your freshwater tank. Do this by moving this lever to the tank fill position. Fill the tank to the desired level and then move the lever back to the city water position. Remember, to have running water in the coach while traveling, you will need to turn on the water pump. To empty sewage from your holding tanks, remove this portion of the bottom of this area and insert the sewer hose up through and attach to the discharge end. Be sure to remove the safety cap before attempting to attach it. You have 2 separate tanks, one for sewage from the toilet called the black tank, and one for water from the kitchen, bath, and shower called the gray tank. It is recommended to empty the sewage first and use the water from the gray tank to clean out the sewer hose. Be sure to firmly insert this end of the sewer hose into the park sewer inlet. Your coach also comes with a Tiffin sewer saddle bag. Simply add sand or gravel and place it over your sewer connection, and this will keep waste in its place. Before you empty the sewage, it is suggested you let it accumulate until the tank level shows 1/2 full or better. To start discharge, pull the black lever out. When this tank is empty, flush your black tank with fresh water to clean it out as much as possible. This inlet in this compartment is your tank flush valve. By attaching a hose different from your regular water hose to this valve, and turning on the water, you can flush out your sewage tank. It is suggested that you run water at full force for 10 minutes or more to be certain your tank is clean. While this is taking place, leave the black lever out to allow the water to flow through the black water tank and out to through your sewer hose. This will clean the inside of the tank of any debris. After this procedure, turn off and disconnect the water hose. Then close the black lever by pushing it in. Next, discharge the gray tank by pulling the gray lever out. When the gray tank is empty, push the gray lever in. When finished, be sure to replace the chemicals in your black tank. At the top of the sewer bay, there is a cable tripod hookup, 2 GFI electric outlets, a water pump switch, and a solar input for portable solar panels. Portable solar panels are not provided with the coach, but can be purchased if desired. Next are the hydraulic controls for part of the slides and the jacks. Do not make adjustments unless you are a qualified technician. These are located in different areas on different models. This compartment has the chassis multiplex module, which also includes your slide-out override controls. Up front is your engine. This is where to check the oil and the transmission fluid. Both should be checked before each trip. For full service, please be sure to consult your engine manual. The last thing we recommend is a routine walk around before departing. Make sure all slides are fully in, everything is unplugged and put away, all cargo doors are firmly closed, there are no obstructions in the front, on either side, or overhead. Press the retract button on your leveling controls if leveling was used, and check all your tires' air pressure. If all is clear, you are ready to take off your parking brake, put the gear in drive, and get on the road to your next adventure in the all-new 2022 Open Road Allegro.